What's up guys, Simply Coco here and welcome back to my channel and welcome to another speed build here in The Sims 4 using the new Cottage Living pack, which means we are building in the world of Henford-on-Bagley. As you can tell by the title, I am building a Cornish cottage because this is a cottage that is in Cornwall, England. If you don't know where Cornwall is, just look it up on a map because I'm not 100% sure either. I think it's south. I'm not 100% sure. But the reason why I wanted to build something from Cornwall or something Cornish inspired was because if you guys don't know, I'm a really huge fan. And I even like to say kind of a friend of Devin Bumpkin, who is from that area, and he loves Cornish cottages or just Cornish style builds in general. So this build was heavily inspired by him and that area. So I am building from reference, but I saved all of my reference images for Cottage Living a while back, so hopefully I can find this again. If so, I will pop it up on the screen here. Yeah, so we're just working on the exterior. I was right here. I'm just trying to add a little extra detail just because it looked a little flat, even though I was using these like cobblestone wallpaper. It still looked just a little flat to me, so I was trying to figure out just how I can add some detail. I left this in so you could see like my thought process, but these are like little wood planks that came with the pack, I guess, so you could detail stuff. They're in the roof section, so I don't know if you're supposed to use them on the roof, but at first I was going to use those, but I ended up not, and just putting a actual trim there instead. And then I gave them a cow shed or a animal shed, because you could choose whether or not it's a cow or a llama, whatever you want to put if you choose to download this lot, which is on the gallery, but I'll give you all that information at the end, and it's also in the description box of every single video. Twisted Mexi actually updated the Better Build By mod to where you can upload stuff to the gallery without turning it off first. So expect every single one of my builds now to be on the gallery right after it's built, so we don't have to worry about that anymore. There is a few that I still need to get uploaded, that hopefully, probably now that this pack is out and I'm going to be really focused on this pack, I probably won't get them uploaded until after the hype from this dies down, but we'll see. Maybe one day if I have time I'll get them up. But yeah, at first I wasn't going to put a cow shed on this lot, but then I figured, the whole point of this pack is to put that. Like in yesterday's build, I wasn't going to put a chicken coop, but I was like, that's kind of the whole purpose of this pack, is it's a farming pack, so let's put something. But in this build, I put, instead of a chicken coop, I already said I put the animal shed, and I also put some bugs as well, just to have an extra like animal on the lot, and an extra thing that your Sims could make and maybe sell for some income. By no means would your Sims be able to live off of this land, because I barely even put a bunch of oh my goodness, I can't speak. I barely even put enough spots for your Sims to plant things. I mean, obviously you could just plant stuff in the ground. You don't have to have like planter boxes or the little dirt mounds that came with this pack. But yeah, I only put 4 of the little dirt mounds, and I kind of just throw them in at the end of the build. I don't really like where I put them because they cover up my terrain paint, and I liked how I terrain paint. I do a lot more terrain painting nowadays than I used to do, and the whole reason being is I kind of learned how to terrain paint by watching Miss Griffey. I really like how she terrain paints. It's kind of random, but at the same time on purpose, if that makes sense. So just go watch a few of her videos and see how she terrain paints, because she goes crazy with terrain paints. And that's kind of how I learned to terrain paint. So look at that. Another shout out for another EA game changer. I've shouted out 2 in this video. um, but yeah, and then this whole idea of taking this terrain paint and then from Get Together, and then going through with the other version of it to make it look like the grass is growing through it. That is something I took from Devin Bumpkin. He does that. Now I'm just doing more landscaping, making the lot look lush. And these bushes are from Debug, Base Game Debug. They are in the background of this lot, so I figured I would use them. Oh, one thing I forgot to use on this lot is the Debug like grassy bits that came with Cottage Living, because I love those little grassy bits. Sorry if you can hear Jeans, which is the cat, meowing. I usually don't ever have to apologize for him because he's usually quiet during my speed builds. Or during my voiceovers, or anytime I'm recording anything. I don't think I've ever apologized for the cat. I'm not sure. But anyway, just doing some terrain painting over here. And then I wanted a small pond, mostly because I didn't know what to put in the backyard of this lot, just because there was already so much outside area. I think this is only a 30 by 20 lot, but a lot of the lots in this pack are very, very big. And I both like that and don't like that, because whenever you're doing a smaller build, like, I don't think there's a 20 by 20 lot you could do that in this pack that you could do like a tiny home on. So the smallest lot I think is a 30 by 20. So if you were to do a tiny home, you'd have to fill up a lot of space. And I mean, I don't know. I like the large lots because it's supposed to be like farmland, but at the same time, I don't know. I wish we would have gotten at least like one small lot. If we do, I feel like if we do have a small lot, I think it's in like the townish area, which could work, but I don't know. Anyway, we have moved on to the interior, so I am using the flooring from the new pack. I used that same flooring in that same swatch in yesterday's build. So I need to branch out there. Other than that, I'm using some like terracotta tile in the kitchen and in the bathrooms. This kitchen does become one tile smaller which I'm doing now, just because it was very large. I have kind of an issue with making really, really big kitchens, but in this case, I guess it kind of makes sense because this is a 4-bedroom home. I forgot to mention that it's a 4-bedroom home and it has 2 bathrooms. So yeah, sorry if the animals are playing, and it really bothers me that they do this every single time I go to do a voiceover. They've been asleep. It took me like, I don't know, 2 or 3 hours to build this, and that whole time they were asleep. And as soon as I go to do the voiceover, they're up and running around and trying to kill each other, and it's too much. So I apologize for any time that you hear them, and I'm gonna try not to apologize again. But anyway, I'm using the Cottage Living counters, obviously. I put that cats and dogs table in the middle just because. And then those rugs under it are from the Laundry Day stuff pack, I believe. Yeah. In yesterday's build, I actually cluttered up the kitchen right after I was done furnishing it. But in this case, I went back to my old ways where I clutter the kitchen very last. So that will be the last thing I do before I move on to the exterior to finish up the stuff on the exterior. This is the dining area. It's kind of too small because this house can fit up to, technically, based on the beds that I put, you could technically fit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 Sims in this house. So if you added like a cat or a dog, it would be a full household. But one of the bedrooms upstairs is actually a guest bedroom. I didn't imagine that anyone that excuse me. I didn't imagine that anyone that lives in the home sleeps in that bedroom. But technically you could fit another Sim up there. 2 more Sims in that room if they were like a couple. And then there's a kid's room that has a bunk bed, and then there's a teen's room who has a loft bed with a desk under her bed. But we'll get to that later. We have moved on to the living room space, so just using the furniture from the Cottage Living pack. I really hate that the pack didn't come with a coffee table, but I mean, the ones from base game kind of match the aesthetic. Also, and a lot of people have said this, a lot of the EA Game Changers and stuff have said this, that I really don't like that we didn't get a 2-seater version of that couch. It just kind of sucks. Because if we would have gotten a 2-seater version of that couch, I would have excuse me, I would have centered that one under those windows and then put the two-seater on the side that I have the chair on. And then maybe I would have put that chair next to the fireplace or something. But it's just kind of odd that this pack only came with one couch. I feel like all packs usually come with more than one couch. Like, you know, maybe it'll come with one couch, but it'll come with like a three-seater version and a two-seater version. But this pack literally only has one couch, and that, I don't know, that bothers me. So we have a sliding door out to the backyard, and then I just put another table there. Maybe they bought two in a set, but they couldn't fit it in the living room, so they put the other one right here. I put some shoes by the door for the kiddos, maybe left them there. And then that's all we really do in that little area. And then I think the next thing we're going to do is the bathroom, the downstairs. No, we're doing the master bedroom. So this is technically the master bedroom. So whatever parents live in this house, this would be their room. Or the upstairs room could be their room. The one that I'm saying is the guest room. But I kind of furnished it as if it was a guest room. But I guess this could be the guest room too. I don't know. No, because I put all of the like clutter things in here, the perfume, the cologne and stuff. But you could make either or whatever you want. You could even like have roommates if you have the university pack. You could have roommates come and stay in that upstairs room. But that would kind of be weird if you had 3 kids that lived upstairs. You wouldn't want some random stranger, I guess, being in that room. Adding a few more things to the kitchen. I was trying to find a spot for a hutch. Other than that, just adding some paintings in this room. It was pretty bare. Didn't know what else to put in here. So I put bookshelf, and that's pretty much it, and put some clutter. I was moving as fast as possible because I didn't want to. You probably couldn't tell because I sped it up 900 times, like times 900. But I really struggled with the exterior of this build. It took me a long time to do certain things. So this video could have been a lot shorter than it is. But it's okay. For me, I would say I still built it rather quickly. Anyway. Oh, these dogs are getting on my nerves. Sorry if there was a weird cut just then. You probably heard them trampling up and down the stairs. So I had to like go and set them straight. But anyway, this is the guest room. So I do put a TV in here as well. I thought I didn't, but I guess I did. All the bedrooms do have carpet in them. But I put a rug in this one anyway, just because after I was done furnishing it, without a rug, it just looked a little too empty to me. But again, like I was saying, I was trying to build this pretty quickly, so I didn't clutter this house up as much as I could. Again, by no means is this a limited pack build, and I used several objects from the kids' room stuff pack. And I feel like that's a less, like, I feel like that stuff pack is one that most people, like, a lot of people don't have. Maybe I'm wrong in saying that, but I used a few things from that pack, so you'll just have to replace them if you don't have it. Like I said, this build is on the gallery. I would wait till the end of the build, especially because some people might not have made it to this point in the video, but if you do want this off of the gallery, my gallery ID is simply Coco94. I think, I'm pretty sure it is. Again, it's in the description box below. If it's not simply Coco94, it should be, but it is down in the description. And they have in the recent base game update, the gallery will now tell you if a build uses bb.moveobjects. So I don't have to tell you that it does, but it does. So make sure you turn it on before you place the lot. But again, the gallery will tell you that now. So this was just a little office space, which is on the landing. So right upstairs to the left is the computer. I don't put the new computer that came with this pack because it looks like a typewriter, which is nice for like certain builds, but for the for it to be the family's computer, no, I don't think it would be a typewriter. And this is the teen's room. So I was going to give her a double bed, but it didn't really fit the best. Like, it would have fit, but I wouldn't have been able to put end tables. Not ones that match the aesthetic I was going for, because the only smaller end tables is like the one from Dream Home Decorator that is pretty small, but it wouldn't have matched. And then there's the bowling night stuff pack end table that's pretty small, but it's mid-century modern, so I didn't worry about giving her an I didn't worry about putting a double bed, so I just gave her a loft bed and put a desk under it. And gave her a laptop. I kind of felt bad because, like, why is she special? Why does she get a laptop when there's a computer right outside her bedroom? But maybe her two younger brothers. I wouldn't say the brothers are twins. I'd probably say they're only a year or two apart, maybe. And then her being the teen, maybe she's 16, maybe 17, about to be 18, about to go off to university. So if you download this lot and want to play out that storyline, once she goes to university, you could turn that room into an office, or separate the two boys so that they have their own rooms or something like that. But obviously it's your game. You can do whatever you want. Here I am I'm just cluttering up the kitchen. Yeah, and I remember we had this basket that came with the pack, and I hadn't used it in a build yet, so I was like, let's just plop it right there. It kind of doesn't make a lot of sense, but there needed to be something right there anyway because it looked a little empty. I could have put another chair, but oh well. Now we're in the backyard. I put a picnic table with a lantern on it, some trash cans. I do put a trash can next to the animal shed, because whenever your sim goes to clean the animal shed, they need a trash can to put whatever they clean up in. So if your only trash can is like on the opposite side of the lot, your sim is going to have to clean the thing, go all the way to the other side of the lot to throw the stuff away, and then if you need it to still go do stuff to your cow or your llama, your sim would have to walk all the way back. So I made sure to put a bin next to the thing. And then there is laundry on this lot technically because I put the clothesline, but I forgot to put a laundry basket inside. So you will need to add that because, again, this is already on the gallery. So sorry about that. So if you don't put a laundry basket down every time your sims change clothes, their clothes will just lay there on the floor, and that's going to get really annoying. So and then I added this table, which came with Cottage Living, some planter boxes on those windows, and that's pretty much it. I did add the bugs at this point too, and the screenshots are about to start rolling, guys. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll always respond to your comments. And please hit that notification bell. That way you know exactly when I post my next video, exactly when I post it, and I will see you all then. Bye, guys.